The best class setup for the Switchblade X9 in Call of Duty Black Ops 4 is going to be Rapid Fire 1, Rapid Fire 2 with hybrid mags, grip. You can see I'm running the stim shot, gung ho, and then also running dead silence. Obviously, that's my crash setup. If I want to go ahead and switch it up like you're going to see in the gameplay, I go ahead and drop dead silence and I go ahead and put on scavenger. So in addition to giving you that best class setup, I typically like to help players improve. So I'm going to walk you through my thought process as I play a little bit with this weapon. In this first gameplay, I actually go 33-0. I'm not using the best class setup because I'm actually trying to get gold for this weapon so I can get diamond and dark matter as well. So it's actually going to be the optic with 5 attachments, no gear, no perks for this first particular setup. You can see this weapon absolutely melt, and this is actually becoming one of my more favorite weapons to just kind of run and gun, have a little bit of fun with it because it is a very fun weapon to use. And since a few of you guys were asking about how to play domination down in the comment section in some of the previous videos, I went ahead and included a deathmatch domination gameplay. Getting some sweaty players. You'll see it kind of ends up being a little bit of a slow start, and you'll see how drastically things change once we're able to start calling in streaks. The game is completely different when you have those streaks in the air and you're streaking up against good players. So if you enjoy any part of the video or you find it helpful in any way, please remember to hit that like button. And if you're brand new and you'd like to find your way back to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turning it from red to gray. If you want to make sure you get notifications anytime I post a video, make sure you remember to ring that bell as well. So right here, this guy's on top of Pride Rock. I'm absolutely beaming him with this SMG. You can see at that range, without the grip, it's a little bit harder to do that because the grip is very significant. Right here, I'm reading the minimap, take that guy out, already on a Merciless. This is where body armor comes into play. So you could potentially run FMJ if you have a lot of body armor users in the lobby, but for the most part, a majority of your gunfights will actually be within that range where it's not a huge or noticeable difference. Another option is you could actually drop Rapid Fire 2. It's going to lose a little bit of that kill power because it's going to slightly increase that time to kill, but overall, it's still a very strong weapon, even with just Rapid Fire 1. And please, whatever you do, do not equip the stabilizer. It is probably the worst and least effective attachment that you can actually put on this weapon or any weapon in the game, with the exception of maybe equipping that to a sniper rifle. Another great option in terms of attachment is to drop the grip. If you can actually manage the recoil or you're going to force all your engagements to close quarters, you can actually swap that out for quick draw, and there is actually a noticeable difference when you use that as well. So right here you can see that I'm running 0, so obviously I have to be running scavenger or else I'm going to run out of ammo unless I follow the crash user that's on my team. So in this case, I've opted to not go with that dead silence, so if someone's running acoustic sensor, they're going to know where I'm at. I was only expecting 1 player to come out, 2 came out, so that was kind of my mistake. Something else I could have done in that scenario is push that doorway a little bit more aggressively, and the time to kill could have been so fast I could have actually taken them both out. They weren't necessarily prepared for me coming through. So right here you can see I peek up, end up melting that guy, and then I'm coming around. It looks like someone else is shooting at me. I try to get in a position where I can actually recover my health. I jump out, end up taking that guy out, and try and get to cover. I'm still going for headshots at this point. This actually happened right before that other match that we just showed. And I'm not sure exactly what happens in this gunfight, but I go ahead and challenge it, expecting the guy's going to have a little bit lower health. Missed a couple shots, and he absolutely melts me with the cordite. In case you guys didn't know, the time to kill with the cordite is pretty impressive, especially if they're within that 5-shot kill range. It's definitely a slow start, but obviously if you're playing against a little bit better players, these types of things are going to happen. So I'm actually surprised the EMP does not cancel the smoke, so I'm waiting out a little bit. I threw the EMP. I know that there's 2 people there. I'm just kind of waiting it out. I come out, end up taking that guy out. He puts a sensor dart. I can see the enemy just killed my teammate on the other side of this wall, seeing if he jumps out, and then I'm thinking if I can get an easy kill. As I come around the corner, I don't actually spot him. You kind of see I take a slow peek, seeing if the guy's here, and it looks like he pushed through all the way to the other side already. So I decide to push through this area since I know it's pretty clear. See my teammate in front of me, then I get into multiple engagements here. Take that one out, back up, make sure I'm reloaded, take out the next one, go ahead and back up. It looks like my teammate's getting an engagement with that guy, took him out. Right here you can see my reload animation canceled because I went ahead and used that stim shot, and I didn't even realize it when I was playing live in the moment. And in my head, I'm pushing the engagement as if I had a full magazine. Go ahead and try and melee the guy, it doesn't register the hit marker, and that's pretty much how I died. So definitely not the start I'd like to have. I'm 5-3 currently. I can see someone's jumping on the objective. I go ahead and push that aggressively, end up taking this guy out. And currently it looks like a lot of enemies are starting to flood the B flag. So I come around, try and get a couple hit markers on the guy, and it looks like my teammate's coming around the other way. You can see deck spot completely clears off the B objective. Then I go ahead and try and push this aggressively, and you can see I get absolutely demolished. I don't know how I got killed so fast. Felt like I got killed in like 2 or 3 bullets, and the KN's going to take about 5 bullets to kill. But either way, you can see objective-wise, we're still in the lead. We're ahead by about 30 points. I'm coming around this left side, seeing if there's anything I can do. There are still plays to be made. If I play them the right way, I can actually take advantage of what's going on. It looks like there's a couple up here. I try to jump up, see if I can come around for a flank. And as I come around, I get insta-melted by the KN. It was so bad that I even went ahead and checked my connection, because it was only the one guy who landed bullets on me. The other guy didn't even fire his weapon. So right here I look and see it's 70 ping. So not horrible. It could be a lot worse. Sometimes they'll fluctuate between 70 and 110, especially if I'm playing on an East Coast server since I'm on the West Coast. So keep in mind that I'm just playing the objective. I'm not playing for my KD. I'm not playing necessarily for score per minute. All I'm trying to do is control the map. I end up taking another easy death there. And one thing I will point out is you can see that the spawns have not flipped this entire time. And that is just good overall map control. It looks like my teammate's taking care of B. I can see a guy is coming around for a flank. I peek him, absolutely destroy him. Come around back to B. It looks like a lot of people are in the smoke. I just go aggressives, trying to see if I can get hit markers. We get flash bang. Luckily, it doesn't affect me for long. I'm not even sure exactly how that happened because I'm not wearing tac mask. So I take another easy death. Luckily, we were able to recapture the objective, but it looks like the enemies are jumping on there pretty aggressively. And I'm not sure how many new people to the channel actually made it to this point in the video, but you're probably thinking to yourself, man, this guy dies a lot. And you'd be right for this specific gameplay, because a lot of times I like to show off different gameplays. Somebody said, hey, can you just show us an average match where you kind of die a little bit and kind of walk us through your mistakes? And I said, sure. And in this gameplay, I ended up going 60 and 11. Yes, I'm going to go ahead and get like 40 kills and like 2 more deaths. You're going to go ahead and kind of see how that plays out. I get another easy death there. I'm coming around trying to push for the objective. And that's what I'm always going to show off, is how to actually play the game the right way and improve. I think there's a lot of times people show off gameplay and it's just a highlight reel of them getting a very easy lobby, not playing the objective at all, not putting themselves in risk. Like if I was trying to protect my KD right there, I probably wouldn't have taken that engagement. It's obviously a very risky engagement, but I'm trying to clear off B, hoping that I could at least get one of them, if not both. Go ahead and come around, and now I'm going to start going on my streak. Luckily, this shotgun user didn't hit its entire shot. I see another guy's coming from behind. Looks like he's taking out my teammate. I jump around, take that guy out. Now I'm going to try and get to full health. Full health now, and I'm coming around for a little bit of a flank. You can see that there's enemies coming up this way. I go ahead and kind of jump out, pre-aim, take that guy out, get back to cover. Looks like the other guy's avoiding me completely, so I kind of back up a little bit. Looks like there's a couple up here. I'm deciding if I want to push this the right way and to see if the guy's going to actually take the engagement. They throw the smoke, so I'm out of that, and I go ahead and decide to push back to B. You can see there's a couple there. I go aggressively, just shooting into the smoke, trying to get a couple kills there, contested a little bit. They end up taking it over, but we still are able to recapture the flag. I couldn't find the guy because the smoke is just annoying, just part of the game. Unless you're going to run thermal, you're not going to really be able to see through that smoke. I throw a little EMP, see if I can get a couple hit markers. And that just gives me a little free score. I got that UAV, back to jumping on the objective. We got to make sure we capture this. Like I said, I'm going to play the objective. Looks like a few people are rushing here. Looks like my teammates are kind of taking a few out. Guy takes it over, and now I can go ahead and push this direction. Waiting for the guy to come out, absolutely demolish him. So you can actually see that all the enemies are kind of centered around their spawn. None of us are actually pushing that deep into their spawn. Looks like there's a guy coming up this way. I immediately recognize he has ghost, so as I'm waiting for this guy to come around the corner, it's an easy kill. Then I see another one's coming around. I go ahead and jump it. Teammate already takes him out with that grav slam. And now we have a solid amount of map control. You can also see that I was able to get my streaks. So right at the start of the match, I'm going to go ahead and call in that sniper's nest. It looks like they're taking over that objective, so I'm going to call in my Hellstorm. Seeing if I can get a nice little clip here. The guys that just died coming out of spawn, I take care of the people that were going for the objective. Now we're in a pretty good spot. We should be able to push forward. Like I said, a lot of times when you start calling in these streaks, people get a little bit frustrated. It's very hard for them to have map control. When I'm shooting that guy, it gets cleaned up by my teammate, and it looks like more people are over here by B. I throw that EMP just kind of more of as a distraction, maybe get a little hit markers. I snap onto this guy, almost kills me, takes 147 health, but I'm able to survive with that 3 health. Immediately stim, I jump out, end up taking that guy out. He's kind of pinched, and now I'm thinking I need to push around the spawn. I want to push a little bit more aggressively. I see a guy's right here. I'm not in a really good position. That guy's on a head glitch, so I decide to take a different approach. It doesn't look like the spawns have completely flipped because you can still see they're on the east side, but the second I turn around, that UAV passes, all the enemies are immediately on the west side. So we got to go in and kind of push through the spawn here and recapture C. You can see my teammates already on there. I'm going to go ahead and run through. Anytime you see someone capturing, it's close, go ahead and make sure you grab those points. I start hacking the enemy, see if I can get that UAV. Start getting shot in the back, so I gotta get out of there. Pull out my weapon. It looks like we had a flipped spawn immediately, and now they're taking A. So I don't know how. Some guy was either camping in the back or whatever the case is, but I was able to survive that scenario. Only 5 off my next streak. So you can see that my teammates get the kill for someone that I ice picked, and that gives me enough score to actually chain over my next streak. Decide to call it in. I'm thinking that they're all going to be in one spot. Doesn't look like much is going on. I wait, pause, and then I go ahead and clean up the kill. Those guys are probably a little bit mad. They had just spawned in, Probably not the best scenario, but you can actually slow down that Hellstorm so you actually get more out of it. A lot of times I see people just open up, spam it, and they kind of waste it if it's not perfectly timed. And even though it took a little while to get to this point, you can see how drastically everything changed once we got the streaks in the air at the start of the second half. We're able to move around the map a little bit more freely. You can see where enemies are. This guy's jumping on the C flag. So I'm coming around, easy little kill there. And like I said, it makes it almost too easy. Once you start cycling these streaks, I'm able to change to the next streak, to the next streak, to the next streak. And it kind of makes you a little bit unstoppable in that sense because your enemies have to worry about a lot more than just taking care of you. End up taking that guy out. Luckily, he wasn't able to shoot me with that little bow and arrow. And since that's pretty much how the rest of the match goes, hopefully you guys did enjoy it. Please remember to hit that like button. If you're brand new to the channel, you'd like to find your way back, make sure you subscribe with notifications on. Do appreciate all the support. We'll see you on the next one. Thank you for watching. As always, have a great day.